Good evening, folks. Good evening. I'm going to wait a little while to see who turns up. Might be nobody. Might be bidding for myself. But welcome, come into the world. Come into the kitchen. We're back in the kitchen. As you can see here. Back in the usual place. So yes, special evening tonight. So I'll wait a little while, but nice to be back. Got the usual display look. Well, combined display of stuff from all the different sessions, all the rest of it. Even got Josie's with us. Look, got a portrait of Josie. I shall be showing that a bit later on. Yeah, so come in, join us. Let's see those love hearts. How are we all doing? Special night tonight, as we know. I'll explain it a little bit when we let's get 100 folk in, and I'll let you know what the deal is. But thanks for sharing your Thursday night. It's going back in time, isn't it? We've got the banner up, got everything, got the lights. So yes, obviously, this is a live event for the auction, but even so, anyone that might watch this after the fact, if you're watching it after the fact, please press 2. If you're watching live right now, let me see those number ones. And if you're a first-time visitor to this event, please let me see those thumbs, those likes. If you are a regular visitor to my events, let me see those love hearts. I want to see a cascade of love hearts. Bring it on to me and all the rest of it. Yeah. How are we doing?
96.
Fantastic. Good stuff. Well, thank you for sharing your Thursdays. Like I say, thank you so much. Very special evening tonight. Been threatening to do this auction for quite a while, as you know, but I think because of the Ukrainian invasion and the terrible humanitarian problems that are occurring, I felt completely compelled to do something. I want to do something about it. So yes, I've got quite a lot of stuff to sell or auction. Hopefully you guys have gone and checked the Facebook group out. So if you want to bid, or you want to just do a donation, you can visit my the Just Giving page, which is justgiving.com/fundraising/Toby-Jepson. That will take you to the page, or you can go onto my business page and you can follow the pin post at the top. Now you have to register to be able to bid against any of the items, and all the items are on there and listed, and they should be live now. I believe Rob, who's actually in Brighton tonight. Hi, Rob. I believe Rob is activating everything. And so just a few details. I'll keep repeating this as we go on. So we've put reserve prices on some of the bigger items, but we don't expect that to be the first bid, obviously. What I'd like to suggest is on some of the bigger items, like the jackets and stuff that I've got listed as £100, the £200 reserve prices. That's just a sort of guide, really. I don't want this stuff to hang around. I want it to be sold. I want to make as much money as we can humanly possibly can. I know it's everyone's stretched at the moment, of course, but you know, if you feel generous and you want to bid on something, I'm suggesting starting sort of like the £20, £25 mark if you want to do that. So yes, and also I'd like to encourage that if you're bidding on something, that we go up in increments of like £2.50, something like that, just so we can kind of keep it moving and all the rest of it. But please, if you'd rather just give a donation to the whole endeavour, then you can just do that. You don't have to bid. So what can I tell you? We're turning it off in an hour's time. The bidding will only take place on the Facebook group, so you've got to go there and look at it, make a bid, blah, 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 and we'll have it on for an hour. Then we will turn off the comments at 9:15, and then the bidding will stop, and then we'll have a little bit of time to try and collate those that have bid on the highest bidders on some of the items, and we'll hopefully try and announce who those people are. Now, if we run out of time, you have to bear with us because it sort of depends on how quickly we can do that. But if we don't announce everything tonight, we will definitely announce it all tomorrow, type of thing. So yes. Now, what have I got to tell you? So, a couple of things you need to know is if you bid on something and you win it, post and packaging is not included in the bidding price. That cost, you know, that money that you bid for it will go directly to Save the Children and the Disasters Emergency Commission. Now, I've chosen, just so you know, I've chosen Save the Children, who operate through the Disasters Emergency Commission, like quite a lot of charities do, because they've got a very, very good track record of getting the money into the hands of real, appeal people and people on the ground to make a real difference. Save the Children was formed in, I think, 1909. So it's got a long, very, very successful history of being fundraisers for things like this. So I felt that was appropriate. Once the winning bid is, like I say, we've figured that out. What we will do is we will gather all those names, and then we will reply to the winning bidders in the comments with a contact form link. And then you will have to follow that link to fill in a little form to tell us where you are, what item you bid on, and what price that you got it for. But do not put any of your winning bids into the Just Giving page until we ask you to do that, because we need to figure out who you are, where it's going to go, etc. So I know it's a little bit convoluted, but that's the only way we can sort of do it. We think it's the fairest, sort of easiest way for us to sort of deal with it, and most transparent. Now, what else I've got to tell you here? Oh yes, Rob told me to tell you, do not pay the winning amount until you've received a unique code from us. Once you do, and you make your donation you make it via the Just Giving page I've set up, like I said. So that page, one more time, justgiving.com/fundraising/Toby-Jepson. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it won't be a massive, I'm going to do some playing, we're going to do a bit of chatting. If you've got a question, let's treat it like a normal digital busking night alongside the auction, obviously. The most important thing is we're trying to raise as much money as possible, please. That would be fantastic. We've already had quite a few donations in, which is really great. So of course, anything is welcome if you just want to make a little donation. So I will come around in a minute, and I'll start talking about the items and give you a little bit of information about it, each item, the history of it. So if you've got any questions, do not hesitate. I've sort of set out a few tunes. I thought ones that sort of kind of appropriate for the moment. But you know, tell me what you'd like me to play, and maybe I might be able to put it out of the bag. You never know. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Paradise for most of us. yeah. Okay, so I'll start to talk a little bit about the items, so you know what they're all about, and I have written a little synopsis on most of them, but I can fill you in a little bit more of the blanks. How are we doing in the back room, staff? Right. So first of all, item number one. This is unusual, and it's like, I've got to be honest, it's falling apart a little bit. But I wore this on the Young Gods tour. It was handmade by I forget who it was now, but it was a designer who made stage clothes for rock and roll artists, that sort of thing. And because we were kind of like, we had the flags. And if you remember on the tour, we had those big red flags at the back, and you know, there was a lot more production, a lot more lights and all the rest of it. It was quite a big going on. So I had a flag. I used to come out in this at the end of the shows and wave a flag about and all the rest of it. And I had it for years. I wore it on that whole tour all over Europe. Still smells of rock and roll. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean, it is quite. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone would wear it out, but I mean, it would look very nice framed, I thought. And I've had that for years in a cupboard, keeping it safe. Got a little thing on the front there, like a Target thing there. So yeah, that's that. That's the first one. So there we go. What else we got here? So any questions, please chuck them our way. Any questions coming in there? Okay, this is another one. This is pretty cool. Now this has got a long, a long history. I've made various different appearances through my career. I bought this leather jacket at I think a second-hand shop in Scarborough at some point, and over the years, it was just like a basic biker's jacket, but I just kind of like changed it completely. It was on the front of 90 in the Shade. I was wearing it on the front of that, although it was in a slightly different style. And I kept adding things to it, changing it. I had a kind of bullet belt thing. I took all the sort of studs off it and put it into it. I painted that on the back and added these things. So it was kind of like an evolving piece of stage wear that I had for a long, long time. And that went on, I mean, right from the sort of, I guess, the back end of Mr. Thrud, when we started going out on the road as Little Angels. I always wore that. So that's got a lot of history. I remember specifically, I don't know why, wearing it at Bradford Queen's Hall. Don't even know I remember that, but I do remember that. So that's that. That is the jacket. What else we got here? Okay, so yeah. This is hilarious because this is massive. Yeah. So this is the actual hat I wore on the front of Young Gods, the album sleeve. And it's huge. I mean, look at the size of the flipping thing. I think it must have been because of my hair. Look at that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But it is the one, and we had it made for me to use in photo sessions and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I had a white one as well, which I wore quite a bit. And but I think it was only really worn for the album sleeve photo shoot. So that's got a lot of history associated with it. Yeah, so bit of memorabilia for you there in that way, but you know, actually documented on an album sleeve. What else we got here? Okay, yeah, so this is pretty cool. I mean, I bought this in Scarborough it was at Studio One Records. They used to have a kind of section of clothing in that little record store, and it was one of those typical brilliant 1980s record stores that had racks of second-hand records, all the new stuff, then bullet belts and t-shirts, and it used to smell fantastic. You could smell the printer's ink on the t-shirts. But it had a section that had kind of like these odd bits of clothing, and by Phase Clothing, I don't know if you remember that stuff. I don't know if it's even make it anymore, but and I bought this. I mean, I wore this for ages. I think I wore this from round about the sort of famous 15 minutes period that we did, and then adapted it again, same sort of thing as the jacket, and made my own clothes, you see. I used to sew my own jeans. I used to sort of think, I used to buy cheap jeans or second-hand Levi's and take them home and take them in with on a sewing machine. So, because you know, I couldn't afford to have someone else do it for me. But yeah, so I remember I bought an American flag, Stars and Stripes flag, obviously, cut it up and sewed this on myself onto here. And this was the shirt I wore on the Do You Want to Riot video shoot, if you remember. and leaped around in that and wore it on stage quite a bit. It's in not bad nick actually. I mean, it's kind of like a faux leather. I don't really know what it is. Sort of some strange kind of material. But there we go. Yeah, a lot of history associated with that. There you go. Still fits me, sort of. Just breathe in.
Could you please go over how people bid again? Because some people are maybe joining late and
Yeah.
they don't know about the bid.
Okay, so yeah, so just to reiterate, I think Rob is posting in the link to the bidding site. We have set up a Facebook group for this specifically. So if you want to bid on an item, you've got to go to that group. Now you can join that group by finding the pin post at the top of my my Facebook page, my professional Facebook page. But I think Rob is posting the link within the comments as well. So once you find the link, basically just join up and you can bid from there. That's what it is. Yeah. Any questions coming in, or is everyone furiously? It's been very quiet. Everyone's been very quiet. I haven't seen any love hearts for a while. Just saying. Just saying. So we've got to raise as much money as possible. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. Trying to help a little bit. That's all. That's what we're trying to do here.
Pete was asking how much for the guitar that you played tonight.
That is £7,500 for the neck. And I'm joking, Pete. I'm joking. Just trying to sort of make light of the whole thing. Unfortunately, not available, Peter. Not available for that one. But there we are. So yeah, I'll play another tune and then I'll come back onto some more items. But please go have a look on the Facebook page, the Facebook group rather, and check out those items. If you want, like I say, if you want to know any more information about the stuff I've shown you already, let me know.
We've already got lots of bids for the hat. £175 is the highest. So
Fantastic, love it. The hat's a classic. I mean, the hat is on an album sleeve. It is it. That's the one. Okay. Sorry. Cool. Fantastic. Well, it sounds like we're doing all right. So anyway, I'm going to play this. Never mind, never mind. I've got some beer. So yeah, cheers to everyone who turned up. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Enough reason for me to have a beer, clearly, obviously. So what else have we got? So yeah, like I said, I've been collecting this stuff. What used to happen was we'd do a tour or we'd release a single or anything like that, and I used to get copies sent up to my mum and dad's place, and my dad and my mum used to store it in a great big chest to make sure it was safe. So some of those items, like the t-shirts, have come out of that vault, which I've been collecting. But some of this stuff, like, has just been, you know, kept. Some was kept to my mum and dad's for years. Some I've had. I've been searching for it for quite a while. Some stuff I thought I'd kind of lost, you know, but it's all been, you know, preserved and everything. So yeah, it's quite a catalogue, and it's been quite sort of emotional going through it all, really. You know, sort of brings back all those memories from right back in the day. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, you know, if you want to own a bit of memorabilia from us lot, then now's your chance. Right. So what else we got here? I've got so Little Angels, very rare promotional jumper. Oh yes, made for Do You Want a Riot campaign. Let me find that. Here it is. Yeah, I don't know quite where. I don't know whether these are actually made for the public at all. I think they were made literally for the campaign, and it's in really good nick actually. I don't think it's ever been worn. It just was you know, a version. So yes, it's got Do You Want to Riot Little Angels on the front, and obviously Little Angels on the back. And I think it's kind of a large. It doesn't actually have a size. I think it's just like a one size. It looks like a bit of a large to me, quite wide. But yeah, V-neck, good nick. Little Angels. Like I say, I don't think they were available to the public at all, so that's quite rare. Yeah, that's that one. Put it back. So what else we got? So after that we have Jammed. Oh yes, Jammed Every Night XXL tour shirt. Don't quite know why I've got the XXL. Is that it? There we are. There we are. Yeah, Little Angels Jammed. That's in absolutely. I don't think this has ever been worn. It's a classic. I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, you know, if you couldn't wear it, you could sort of store a small dog in it or something. I don't know. But yeah, dates on the back. There we are from that tour. I remember that very well. Belfast Limelight, Dublin, Rock Garden, Newport Centre, Cambridge Corner Exchange, Nottingham Rock City. Yeah, classic Christmas Jam '92. Can you believe it? 30 years ago. That's ridiculous. And by the way, please let us know where you are in the world. We always like to see that. So that's that. That is the Jammed On Demand t-shirt. What else we got here? Okay, we've got Little Angels Milton Keynes Bowl Bon Jovi tour shirt. Yeah, this is actually from my collection now. Where is that one? Oh, it's here. Here you go. Yes, it's classic. I remember it so well. Look at that. That's one of my favourite designs, actually. I love that when we came out with that one. Well, we didn't, but very clever designer did. Yeah, brilliant. Great memories. Milton Keynes Bowl on the back. Been worn a bit, that one has, I'm afraid, but there we go. So that's that. Any questions coming in there?
No, people telling you this where they're from. Got Helen in America.
All right.
So she's the furthest so far.
Fantastic. Whereabouts in America? Let us know where you are. So yeah, that's that.
Joe Greer's in the porch as usual.
Good on you, Joe. Right, so what else we got here? We got Toby and the Whole Truth original tour shirt. Oh yeah, this was pretty cool. This is an original. You know that we put out the reprints of this, but I found this. This is an original from that tour. I had quite a few left over. I used to grab them and just sort of shove them in a cupboard somewhere, but I think that has been worn. I've had that knocking around for a while. That is an extra large as well. Ignorance is Bliss, of course, on the back. And that is, you know, it's from 95, I think, so it's quite a few years ago. Good nick though, very well made. So there's that one. What else we got here? So it's a Little Angels Bryan Adams Stadium Tour, July '92 rare vest. Oh yeah, this is great. There we are. Unbelievable, really. When I look at this stuff and I sort of see the dates and the places we played and when it was, it doesn't seem possible somehow. I mean, we played on that tour. I don't know if let us know if you went to this tour, if you saw us play with Bryan Adams. Manchester City Football Ground, 7th of July. 11th of July, Celtic Parkhead. 12th, Gateshead International Stadium. 14th, Ipswich Town Football Club. I remember that one really well. Then Wembley Stadium, and then Cardiff Arms Park. I mean, unreal. Unbelievable, isn't it, really? Staggering stuff. But yeah, that's a vest. I seem to remember it was very hot that year, wasn't it, as well? I seem to remember. But yeah, bit of a classic. So yeah, not that's quite reasonably rare, I think, that one. So what else we got here? Jammed on Demand Tour. Oh yes, that's that one down there. Again, from my private collection. This are, yeah, so there we are. Again, amazing dates. I was sort of looking at this today. Cardiff St David's Hall, what a place. Absolutely amazing gig. All of these are great. Ashton Villa Leisure Centre, Bristol Colson Hall, Sheffield City Hall. I think it was the only time we played the City Hall there, as a headliner. Preston Guildhall, Bradford St George's, Cambridge Corn Exchange, London Forum, Redcar Bowl. I don't even think that gig's there anymore, is it? That's gone. Aberdeen Capital. I seem to remember I had a terrible bad throat that gig. Glasgow Barrowlands, amazing. Norwich UEA, Southampton Guildhall. I think that was the only time we played the Guildhall as a headline act, and London Astoria. So 2 London shows in that tour. Yeah, brilliant. Tour 93. A long time ago, isn't it? Brilliant though. It only seems like yesterday. Yeah, so that's that. So I'll play this. I don't mean these to be mournful. If you want me to play something different, perhaps I'll give it a go. But how are we doing for time? Half an hour? Right, brilliant. Okay, so fantastic. So yes, like I say, just to remind you, anyone who's just joined us or anything like that, the bidding's at the Facebook group. You can follow that link. It should be in the comments below. Rob's been posting it, or go to the pin post on my Facebook page, professional Facebook page. But the address is justgiving.com/fundraising/Toby-Jepson. Like I say, you don't have to bid on anything. If you just rather just give a donation, that's absolutely fine as well. So just to reiterate, post and packing is not including in the winning bid because the money that you pledge for the actual items goes directly. We don't touch it. It goes directly to the organisation. So we have to organise the post and packing ourselves. So we'll be contacting you after the fact, contacting the winners directly, and asking you to fill in a form, which we will then go through all that process with you. But do not put your money into Just Giving until we know who you are, and we can organise a delivery of the item for you. Like I say, Rob asked me to say, please do not pay anything into the winning amount until you receive a unique code from us. Once you do, you make your donation via the Just Giving page, etc. So there we are. So I'm going to play this one because this is kind of in a way really fits with the whole concept of, you know, something as terrible as war. I've never really understood. I don't suppose any of us really understood the kind of concept behind somebody making that decision to invade somebody else's country, sort of, you know, in a kind of violent, vicious way. And it's happened many times through history, of course. I mean, you know, no one's whiter than white, of course. But this is the one we're facing at the moment, and it's awful. And you know, I can't help it. You know, it's so hard to understand it. And I've always written songs in protest against this sort of stuff. And this is one I've always really enjoyed. It was I played it a few times. This was on a B-side of a Little Angel song. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Every shiny should be free. Eating all the time below. It's the way we gotta go. It's not the way we're supposed to be. Not the way we're supposed to act. With calamity on track. Always love that. Bit of a breakthrough tune that was for me, really, in a lot of ways. I've explained that before. You know, had to sort of write in the moment. It was, I got a phone call, oh, we need a song for a B-side. And sort of had to force myself to write it. And yeah, quite an epiphanal moment as I realised I could do it. You know, I realised I could come up with something on the spot, but not just that it had a kind of emotional heft to it. It kind of felt like a bit of a watershed moment for me, really, writing that. So there we go. Sorry, the guitar was a bit out of tune, and I messed it up a little bit at the beginning, but never mind, doesn't matter. So on with the auction. I do hope you're all bidding and making little donations. I'm very, very grateful for you doing that. Thank you so much indeed. So let's, where did we get to? We got to the vest, didn't we, I think? Oh, Jammed on Demand shirts, yes. Okay, so we've got, oh, did I do that? Little Angels Jammed on Demand tour, very rare. Oh, baseball shirt. Oh, sorry, no, that was the wrong one. Oh no, goodness me, where is the baseball?
Make sure you mention the sizes, please.
Yeah, well, they're all, I've got to be honest, they're all XXLs. Because I think some of these belonged to, well, so what it was is I often used to take the ones that were left, and all the larges had gone, quite a lot of the mediums were gone, because we were a lot smaller then, weren't we? So often we used to have the XLs left, so I just used to take one off the stall and take it home. That's the reason why. So they are, by and large, XXLs, or a couple of larges. Like this one, I've got them the wrong way around. I'm terrible at this, aren't I? This is the baseball shirt from the Jammed on Demand tour, this is cool. I love this. I think these were available to buy for the public, but these are free size. They don't actually have anything on it. It just says free size. But that's in pretty good nick. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's again from, it's got the emblem on the arm there. Look, if you can see that there, from '93. So pretty vintage, all very vintage. So that's the baseball shirt. I've seen the other one, haven't we? We've seen that one. I think we have. Yes, we have. Okay, so yeah, this was pretty cool. Mark Richardson made these quite famous for us because he appeared in one of our interviews in the photographs wearing this, and I don't know why they seem to be quite popular at the time, but this is like a peakless baseball cap, Little Angels, and this one has never been worn. This is absolutely brand new. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if anyone makes these kinds of things anymore, but yeah, it's stitched, pretty good nick. So that's that. It's pretty good. I think we've got another hat as well here. What's that? Angels peakless. Done that. Yes. What else we got here? Oh yeah, this is kind of a bit random. Yeah, I know this sounds a bit. I wore this. I mean, I found this. My dad found it for me. I bought this years and years and years ago, and I wore this all the time in Mr. Thrud period. It's like but it is a proper silk scarf. But anyone who used to come to see us play, late Mr. Thrud, early Little Angels, I often used to wear this for some reason or not. I don't even know why I did, but I sort of throw that in. That is quite rare. So that's the silk scarf. What else we got here? Little Angels, Milton Keynes Bowl, ZZ Top 91 unworn mint condition. I don't even know what that is. 14, I guess it must be the hat. Yeah. Oh, here we are, yes. Here we are. So the cap, I've got the Milton Keynes Bowl 91 baseball cap. Never been worn. It's absolutely, I just took it straight off this. But that's when we were being, yeah, because that's interesting. This is from Levi's. Levi's promoted us, and we were sponsored by Levi's for quite a while. So yeah, absolutely brand new. I mean, it literally could have come out of the box, that is. That's really in good nick. What else we got here? Okay, so this is pretty cool. We're onto some of the sort of paper stuff now. Yeah, so yeah, event itinerary. Yes, let me find that for you. Now, these were only issued, you may never have seen it, I don't know, but these were issued only to bands and crew of events that we played at. So this is quite a cool one. This is from Rock the Bowl, you know, obviously the ZZ Top event. And it's got all the information about what we were supposed to be doing and a map and all the rest of it. But it is quite a cool item, that, because they were not available, obviously. They were just literally for the crew. It's got all the details of where people were staying, stuff like that, you know, who was providing the scaffolding, you know, PA and all the rest of it. So I thought that was quite cool. So that's that one. What else we got here? Here we are. Oh, yes, yeah, so, okay, so we're on to one of the biggies now. Now, I didn't know where this had gone. It had disappeared. I remember seeing it up in the barn where Little Angels used to rehearse in Rillington. for a long, long, long time. And then I got contacted by a chap very kindly said to me, I've got Mike Lee's bass drum, you may well be watching. Bass drum resonator from what was going to be the Spitfire tour. And this is actually one of Mike's, I mean, it's pretty amazing really. I mean, Mike Lee, of course, the wonderful Mike Lee, there is a picture of him somewhere. It's on one of these photographs here. But of course, Mike Lee, our wonderful drummer from the Don't Pray For Me and Young Gods period, who was about 900 feet tall and had legs as long as the world, and had to have an enormous drum kit. And this was a 26-inch bass drum, I believe, resonator head. And we had this designed. Because we were going to call, as we know, we were going to call the album Spitfire, and we had everything designed. We had backdrops sort of going to be printed and all the rest of it. And then we got banned, didn't we? They banned the album, and so Spitfire was no more. And so we'd had this done. I mean, it's all, you know, it's all been hand cut out and stuck on, and then he couldn't use it, so it was abandoned, sort of thing. But it's a genuine item, you know, genuine thing that Mike had on his drums for a little while, and then, like I say, a very generous fan sent it to me for the auction, sort of thing. So that is a fantastic piece of memorabilia. Mike Lee obviously went on from Little Angels to Page and Plant and the Cult and all sorts of other people. So that's a real bit of rock history, that is. So yeah, love that. What else we got here? Oh yes, we got. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Let me find this. Let me just find the poster. There we are. Now I took this. We used to play this gig quite a lot. We used to go to Birmingham, a place called the Powerhouse. Became pretty friendly with the promoters, I seem to remember, and we used to go down there quite a bit. And we played a lot of gigs, but we played. I remember this one very specifically, and I took this. You know, I used to take them off the wall, or ask the promoter for a poster, you know. And that's great. Bow Wow, Dumpy's Rusty Nuts, I don't know if you guys remember that band, and of course us Little Angels. And this was right back in the early doors, really, really early doors. MCP, which of course isn't a promoters anymore, by arrangement with Prestige Talent presents Bow Wow, because they were a Japanese rock band, famously for having Neil Murray from Whitesnake playing bass in them. And they were all quite small Japanese guys, and he's about 500 feet tall, isn't he? But love that gig, kept that, so that's a nice piece of memorabilia. What else we got here? I'm enjoying this now. Oh yes, I mean, this isn't particularly, well, I suppose it is quite rare. I mean, you know, these were issued as white labels, what they used to call a white label. This is Boneyard, absolutely untouched, never played, just been sat in my, my sort of collection. That's the Boneyard mixes, the Bone Crusher mix. What's this one here? The Burke and Hare mix. I have no idea why we called it that. But anyway, that is in mint condition, 12-inch Little Angels Boneyard single there. What else we got here? Oh yes, we got, okay, so this is, I think this is the Master Tour, isn't it? We've got here, Mr. Thrud, is it? Oh, no. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong thing here. So yeah, I mean, this is very, I mean, it's a bit fragile. This would look great framed. I was going to frame it myself, but I did this. And we had a friend of ours called Richard Maud, who came up with the Mr. Thrud character, and designed it for us. And then I used to sort of just do bits and pieces for our print work, you know, making up posters. So I created this, and it's, I remember doing it at home. So I painted this with my, you know, with inks, and we used to use this to print from. So we take this down like a kind of like a, you know, pronto print or whatever, and use it as a master to print off A3 posters that we could then put all over the place, you know. So yeah, that's pretty original. I mean, even though I put here original design by R. Maud, well, he definitely designed the character, but I painted this. I just I did that. So yeah, so that's I mean, there isn't another one. I did that as I think I was about 17, 18, something like that age. So yeah, okay, well maybe I'll play another tune. And how are we getting on with the old auction there?
Yeah, going really well. Getting lots of bids.
Hooray! Fantastic. Well, thank you, folks. I'm going to play this one because let me just give a little slurp. I've been writing some songs for a potential solo record. You know, don't know quite when I'll do it, but I'm gathering songs. And I have played this one before, but this makes a lot of sense with what we're dealing with, I think, at the moment, on a kind of global scale. I'm going to give it a little bit of a tune-up, because I I've sort of always regarded the whole thing about the world and us and everything about us as a sort of global village. I've never personally had a concern about the idea of globalization in terms of community. I don't know how we can survive otherwise. You know, we've got to learn to live with each other far, far better than we are doing now. I saw and read a brilliant article. I forget who it was by, but quite recently, about a chap who talked about that we think that we're hugely advanced as a race, you know, as a creature, but actually we're still very, very much in the primitive stages. How can we not be when we're fighting each other when we're all the same? You know, when we're all trying to do the same things, we're all trying to survive, we're all trying to live and prosper. And I thought it was an extraordinary, amazing, not a revelation particularly, but I thought it was a brilliant synopsis of the whole thing. And I agree with that. I think there's it's senseless is this kind of the aggression and the violence towards each other. It seems utterly pointless to me. Because most normal people, 90%, the vast majority of people don't want to live that kind of life, do they? We all just want to, I don't know, you know, have our children hopefully contribute something to the world, and there you go, and be good, do good things, not hurt anybody, etc. So I wrote this song, and it's kind of, I don't care if it sounds, it's too try, it's it's mawkish. I don't care. You know, I really don't. I think you have to stand up and say no. I'm not going to take part in that. I will stand up and be brave enough to say I prefer peace and want to be living in a world full of care and love, etc. Because love still is the answer, and I don't give a toss what anyone thinks. If that's if you feel the alternate version of that, then I can't possibly get behind that. You know. So anyway, I wrote this song, and it tackles this idea of. We're all just the same, doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's got across the street. Across the street and out my window, I can see the lights of others passing by. Though I cannot hear a single word they say, I can tell the lost and lonely by their eyes. Across the street, oh, across the street, across the world, so many stories have been told by every voice and every name. Like a billion different moments trying to collide, tell a different kind of truth that's all the same. Across the street, across the street out on my window, I can see lives of others passing by. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So where we got to? I think we got to the Bow Wow, done that. We've done the Boneyard, Extremely Rare, Master Tour, done that. Okay, oh, this is brilliant. This was brilliant. We did, and I remember this really distinctly. We were going to do this big gig at the Futurist Theatre in Scarborough, which is no longer there because the stupid council knocked it down. But an incredible venue. You know, the Beatles played at the Futurist, right? You know, Chubby Brown played at the Futurist.
Don't bring in that.
You know, it was Thin Lizzy played at the Futurist. Status Quo played at the Futurist. You know, it was one of those venues. You used to call it a B market venue, and but it had a huge reputation, and lots of people played at it. And we were desperate to play the Futurist, and we managed to get this opportunity to do it because we were getting quite successful, we're doing all right, and I can remember sort of saying, we've got to get this amazing, big, huge, colourful poster done. It's going to be fantastic. It's got to be really dramatic. And they came out with this. I don't quite know what happened, but I mean, it's still pretty cool anyway. But we only had these around Scarborough, but you couldn't see them from a distance, just black on green. Why they chose green? I'll never understand it. Might be to do with too posh to mosh, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's in mint condition. I've had this, I just kept one again, the same sort of thing. And amazingly, which is brilliant, Chrome Molly were our opening act, or they were our special guests on this particular date, and a band from York called Expressions. But Chrome Molly, of course, Nick Wastel is the bass player in Wayward Sons, so incredible. I mean, this is from 1987. 20th of December 1987. I mean, I just can't even believe it. All those years ago. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that's in really good nick. And we had a coach running from York and everything. We thought we were huge. But you know, I kind of guess we were in a certain way. But so that was really cool. What else we got here? Little Angels Extremely Rare exists event poster master. Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty cool. This is great, actually. This is fantastic. This is what we used to call I guess like a proof. So our designer at the time, the wonderful Charles Cutforth, who came up with the Little Angels Devil's Face and loads of different things for us, including designing the 87 EP. He used to do these designs and we'd have to approve them. So he'd do like a thumbnail little sketch. But this is the actual printable. He did this for us so we could print, again, we'd just take it down pronto print because it was the cheapest way of doing it. So this is an actual master. You know, look, great frame, doesn't it? And it's got all of his sort of, you know, he's got like it's fantastic because it's cut out and it's stuck on a piece of board. And then he's got all, you know, sort of like just all the, I don't know, things covered over. And you know, the point being is when you put this onto the scanner to print it, all you saw was the black against the white, and so it didn't kind of matter that it was a bit messy on the design. So that's absolutely original. You know, that was one of the ones he did for us for the Royal Opera House, the infamous Royal Opera House show. We played in Scarborough, which was 12th of May 1987, so before the Futurist, and we sold out 1,000 tickets in our hometown. Wrecked a load of seats, got banned from it. It was on the front cover, on the front of the newspaper. We thought we'd arrived. We thought we were rebels. All that sort of stuff, you know. It was brilliant. It was great fun. And of course, the Futurist, the Royal Opera House, that's no longer there anymore. So a real bit of history, you know. Yeah, so that's fantastic. I love that. I've had that for a long time. What else we got here? Little Angels Extremely Rare One Exists event poster mass. Oh yeah, I've just done that. Okay, yeah. So all right. So this is pretty cool. So we've got, this is again, a similar sort of thing from Charles Cutforth. This is one of his visuals, really, that we would have had several of these, probably 2 or 3 of them, and we had to decide which one we wanted to use. I don't think we ended up using this one, but that's from the Rock and Roll Education Tour, when we just signed to Polydor, we were doing that first tour, and that's like a hand-painted, sort of inked piece that he did for us. You know, no digital pens, no iPads, no computers. It was literally done by hand. So that's a really lovely little piece, I think. That looked great in a frame. So there we are, that's that. Brilliant stuff. What else we got here? Oh yes, this is pretty cool. So, and this is absolutely the truth, this was the first sleeve that I took off the print beds, the screen printed beds when we put this EP together. It's absolutely untouched, you know. But I took the sleeve off it and then we put a record inside it because I was desperate to go to get the first one. Because these were screen printed by hand. We couldn't afford. I don't think it was the case that we couldn't afford it. We just didn't know what we were doing. I think I said this in my bit of video. And so we ordered these vinyl. This vinyl printing from a company down in, I think they were near Heathrow somewhere at the time. And I went down to pick them up, but we just ordered a load of white sleeves. And I don't know why we did it, but in a way I'm really glad we did, because these were, Charles created the screens for it, and then we went and had a local fellow who I'd got to know who printed them all for us. He stayed up all night, one night, printed them all. And they were all over his studio, sort of hanging up on pegs, drying. And I was there when he first started printing, and I took this one off the bed, so that is the very, very first one. Yeah, so that's definitely a piece of history. What else we got here? Okay, and lot 24, promo photograph. Yeah, I mean, there's only, you know, we had a few of these, but that's the only one I've got left. Look at that, we look young and magnificent. Well, young anyway. So yeah, that's quite, you know, they were given out by Polydor to things like sort of magazines and things like that. So that's, I guess that's 93 maybe, that period. And the final thing, these are brilliant. I had 3 of these, so I'm giving 2. I've got 2 out there. These were the first ones, the first LA Tribune, if anyone's in our fan club at all. These are the first ones ever. I got 2 of those, look. It's brilliant. I mean, it's just like, you know, pre-internet, of course. This was a proper fan club to send these out every month, I think it was. And just did a basic sort of thing like that. So yeah, so if you don't know, if you weren't a member of the fan club, or you were and you've never had this copy, then there you go. And they're absolutely pristine, perfect condition, like they've been printed yesterday type of thing. So there we are, that is all the lots. If you want to know anything else about any of them, please ask me. Anything coming in?
Dave Evans says, is the drum skin design, is it stuck on or is it painted on? Stuck on. It is well, I can show you there, look, you can see it's actually coming off slightly there, so that would need to be stuck back. But yes, it's a kind of, I guess it would have been a big piece of vinyl, and each of these elements, the letters and everything, is cut out individually and stuck on into a design. Because of course it's a stagecraft. It's not supposed to look anything other than a prop, you know, it's not supposed to look pristine. It's just from a distance on the stage, it looks like something. Yeah, so that's what it is, yeah. Anything else? Currently got £330 for the drum skin.
All right.
Bid.
Perfect.
Lots and lots of bids.
Fantastic.
But, no,
Oh, you're wonderful people. Thank you so much. It's so great of you. So I'll play another song.
It's 9:15.
Oh, is it?
Well, nearly.
Oh, hang on. Well, okay. Well, wait. I'll wait then. So listen, you've got how many more minutes?
No, actually 3 more minutes. You've got time for a song.
Well, no, I'll wait. No, 3 more minutes. So let's just go through all the details quickly. So if you still got 3 minutes to bid. Like I say, postal packing not included. So if you do happen to win with your winning bidder, we'll contact you and give you a link for you to then send all your details to us. So then we can arrange postage, and then we'll give you this unique code for you to put the money into the Just Giving page. If you don't want to bid, please, any donations are all fantastically welcome. So generous of you all. We know how difficult it all is at the moment for everybody. Just a couple of things to say. Just a couple of things to mention. Toby and the Whole Truth Facebook group is still up. If anyone's interested in the Patreon group, that is where you go. And it's patreon.com/Toby and the Whole Truth. Excuse me. My YouTube page, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/Toby Jepson Official. And my official website is tobyjepsonofficial.com. And all that stuff. So please go and have a look at all that stuff. Lots going on there all the time. We're loving the Patreon stuff. We're having some really good stuff at the moment. We've got March Movie Madness at the moment. And yeah, I'll be doing that next Monday's live event from the rehearsals of Wayward Sons. It never stops. It's always good fun. So how are we getting on? We've got a time countdown.
It's 13 minutes past. We've got 2 minutes.
Oh, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So yeah, really chuffed that you guys are bidding on this stuff. I don't want anything left. I don't want anything left.
Right, let's have a look.
So we're gonna have a little look. Is there anything left?
I think we've had many bids on the blue vinyl jacket.
I'm not surprised.
We've had £100 actually.
Oh, okay, brilliant. That's
So
fine.
We've got £100.
Fantastic.
The 2 Posh to Mosh leather waistcoat currently 170.
What's that?
£170 for the 2 Posh to Mosh waistcoat.
Oh, right, my leather jacket. Oh, brilliant. I think it cost about £3 when I bought it. I'm joking. I made it. Went all over the world. Well, you know, maybe Yorkshire, but you know, that's most of the world, isn't it? Let's be honest. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything not being bid on?
Not that I can see.
Great stuff. Oh, you're wonderful people. Thank you so much. This is brilliant. Let's just keep raising as much as we can. So how long we got? We've got a countdown?
1 minute left.
We've got a minute. We've got a minute. Get it in there. Final moments. But yeah, it's great to know that this has all gone somewhere and you can all enjoy it rather than be stuck in a cupboard somewhere, of course, obviously. So brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here and doing this for us. The next bit of the stage. It's now quarter past. We have now stopped in the comments. Rob will cut the comments. That's it. The auction is over. Thank you so much for your participation. So we'll now go back through the comments of each of the bids and each of the items and try and collate who's won what. So I'll just play a couple of tunes and we'll keep talking. So now you can ask me questions, whatever you want to do for this, about anything at all. Anything at all. Fill your boots. So I was going to do this one because this seems to have gone down quite well. Sort of over time. And this was, I did this with Maddie. I might get this wrong. Quite difficult to play this one. Yeah, okay. So, but this is, again, very pertinent. I wrote this years and years ago. As kind of one of the very first songs I wrote after Little Angels finished up, and I was writing stuff that didn't know what I was going to do with it. But I've always kind of quite liked this one. It's called When Will We Learn? When will we learn to love unconditional? Will we learn to touch with more tenderness? Will we learn to feel when the pain is real? Will we learn? Will we see? Can we be free? When will we learn? There you go. Brilliant. Okay, how are we getting on?
I'm just trying. Do you want me to? Are you announcing who's won?
If you've managed to find them all.
Well, I think so.
Great stuff. Well, bear with us. We can keep for another 10 minutes or so. So yeah, just ask me a question. Ask me anything you want. Who's coming to? Give me a thumbs up or love. Actually, give me love hearts if you are coming on the Wayward Tons. Wayward Tons. Probably about the size of us. Wayward Sons rescheduled shows starting next week. Tuesday onwards, isn't it? Nottingham in Tuesday. I think we're in Nottingham on Tuesday, aren't we? And then there's a day off, then we're in Leeds. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. Fantastic. There we go. Brilliant. Well, we'll see you there. And yeah, it's been a long time. And I hope nobody gets ill. Let's hope that is what happens this time. You never can tell, can you? But there we go. It was great fun in November, so we're looking forward to picking up that baton again. And it was great playing Winter's End. Who went to Winter's End? Anyone at Winter's End? Or at the Hard Rock Hell event in Leicester, because that was good too. We managed to get a couple of shows in. Winter's End was great, actually. Really enjoyed that. Fantastic run. Great venue as well, Leamington Spa. So, yeah, really, really good. We've got a few little surprises. We're mixing the setup a little bit. We've decided to have a little look at the set arrangement and maybe subtract a couple of tunes for the shows. So you'll see something slightly different. Yeah, it's going to be good fun. I'm hoping so anyway. Yeah. How are you getting on?
I think you're going to have to. I'm only on 15 at the moment.
Right. Okay, I'll play another song. How about we do another tune? Oh, I like this one. Yeah. This is quite an old tune.
If it's something fun and uplifting and happy, something
No.
depressing today.
No, I wasn't expecting it to be depressing. Well, this is quite uplifting. Maybe I can't write full songs. You tell me what you want to hear. Run down in this clockwork life. I'm almost down for the count. This year's attractions and panic reaction resulting in something quite profound. I drove you go. We could do this, couldn't we? How are we doing? How are we doing?
Okay. There's some debate that some of the people were still bidding after the time finished, which I can't qualify or not. I don't think they were. I've got who I think has won.
Okay.
Whether you want to do that or wait till you and Robert have discussed it and verified things. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do that. I think we ought to maybe do that. I think we ought to sort of...
There's a couple of them where people seem to have bid exactly at the same time.
Oh, right.
The same amount.
Right. Oh, God.
That's happened on at least two.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, what we'll do is we will collate this tonight and I'll talk to Rob tomorrow and we'll figure it out and we'll get it announced in a post tomorrow, so we'll make sure it's absolutely correct. So I want to make sure it's all above board and everyone's really happy with it.
Over £2,000.
Woo! All right! Fantastic. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, this is going This is going obviously to the poor people in Ukraine who are suffering this terrible injustice right now. So thank you so much for your generosity. That's amazing. I was hoping for £1,000 and we've got 2, so that's amazing. I can't believe that. Thank you so much, all of you. Amazing. So yes, we will sort this out. We will get this posted tomorrow with all the winners, and we'll take it from there if that's okay. So don't put any money into the Just Giving page yet if you've won. You know, don't anyone do anything until you find out who's won. Until you're confirmed as a winner. So don't do anything about it at all. But keep hold of your pledges, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for being here. This is brilliant. Really enjoyed it. I hope some good of it comes of it. I hope this terrible war can come to an end very, very soon. Thanks a lot, folks. Love you all. Take care. Cheerio.